Only 5 minutes left.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Tony Gaming YT. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a recap of everything that happened at E3 Day 0. So I'm going to jump straight into it because there's quite a few things that I would like to cover. So I'm going to be covering the big news, the big things that were announced. So first off, whenever Xbox had their conference, Microsoft, whatever, they announced that the Xbox One is going to have backwards compatibility, which basically means you can play old games on the Xbox One, which is really cool. That really stole the show for Xbox. Then they announced a few titles, obviously the big ones like Halo 5, Guardians. I think that's probably the biggest title that they announced for Xbox, or Forza 6 and a few games here and there. Also they announced Gears of War 4, or they teased at it, and then first Gears of War is gonna be remastered for the Xbox One. And I think that's really everything that happened with Xbox. Now we're gonna move on to the PlayStation side, which I paid more attention to that. I didn't pay much attention to the Xbox side because obviously I'm not an Xbox user. But the first thing that they announced was the I can't remember, The Last Guardian, I believe it's what the title is called. And this game was teased about 2 or 3 years ago, and it kept getting cancelled, and then they're like, oh, never mind, it's just delayed, and then they delayed, cancelled, and they actually teased it again. So hopefully it does get released. It looks like a pretty sick title, and I really am hoping that that game does come out because it looks pretty nice. Then after that, they went on with a few other games that weren't really that big, I guess. And then one of the bigger things was Horizon Zero Dawn. Is a brand new franchise coming to PlayStation exclusive to PlayStation 4. I do not believe it's on PlayStation 3, but don't quote me on that. But basically, it's like a futuristic hunting game. So like if you're familiar with the very old video game Turok Dinosaur Hunter, it's like that but futuristic. And then they announced a few other games. They announced Dark Souls 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They had some gameplay of it. I'm not too keen on Assassin's Creed. I'm not the biggest fan, especially after the terrible Black Flag. I'm not that big of a Assassin's Creed fan, so I might be skipping out on that. I know Ubisoft really messed up on that title, and it just left me a bit salty, to be 100% honest. Then they showed another trailer for Tom Clancy's The Division, and they teased at Mad Max, which is pretty cool. They also talked a bit about PlayStation Vue and how they're going to be changing it, and they're going to be expanding it, and hopefully soon. They said that they might be going nationwide in the US, and then after that they might be going where they're going to be trying to go worldwide as soon as possible. And then they also they talked about Disney Infinity 3.0. I'm not a big fan of Disney Infinity. Well, I've never played it, but I'm just not that big of a fan of Disney and whatever. But Disney Infinity 3.0 does look promising because it does have Star Wars characters in it, and it has a whole new set. Which, I mean, I'm probably not gonna go out my way to buy it, but it does look promising, and it looks like it's gonna be a decent game. So if you already have the Disney Infinity set, you can feel free to buy the 3.0, or if you don't have it and you're a really big Star Wars fan, feel free to buy the 3.0, because they're gonna be selling a bunch of other Star Wars themed characters. And if you pre-order, I believe you get Boba Fett, which is pretty cool. That's nice. Then they talked about obviously Star Wars Battlefront, one of the biggest games that everybody was anticipating for them to talk about. They showed an official trailer. Then they showed Dreams. Now Dreams was a weird game that they announced. It's basically like it's really hard to explain, and I really didn't get what type of game it was, but it looks really cool. So basically you draw like a certain picture or a still image, and then you can animate it. It's really cool. I highly suggest you guys go check out the trailer. It's on the official PlayStation YouTube channel. You guys definitely should go check it out. I think it's a strange title, I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely think that I will be picking it up because it looks really cool. Another thing was Hitman was announced, which is pretty cool. I'm not that big of a Hitman fan, but if you are, then awesome. And another thing was Street Fighter 5 was announced. That's amazing. I'm definitely going to be picking that up. Street Fighter, I'm a big Street Fighter fan, so I'm definitely going to be picking up Street Fighter 5 whenever it is released. And then another game that they announced was a game called Firewatch. It's also going to be a new franchise, and I don't really know how to feel about this one. It's basically like a survival type game with someone talking, a lady talking to you through your walkie-talkie, and it's like a mystery / horror type game. It looked kind of promising, but I'm not too sure. I might be picking it up, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Then they obviously announced the Taken King DLC. It's going to be $40. It's available for pre-order right now on digital. So I already pre-ordered it. So that shows how much of a Destiny fan I am. And I think that's all the big things. Oh, I'm missing one of the biggest points. Call of Duty is switching from Xbox being its main platform to PlayStation. I'm pretty sure everybody expected it sooner or later. But yeah, so now it's official. PlayStation is going to be getting the DLC before PC and Xbox. So that's basically everything that was announced on day 0. So I'm going to be doing the same thing tomorrow, Tuesday, for E3 day 1. I don't think they're going to be announcing that many big things, but I will still make an update on what happened at E3. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Check back in tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.